Legend of Dragoon.
Welcome back, friendlies and non-friendlies. How's everybody doing? Welcome to the 2025 challenge. I call this one the Quest Tree. Let's take a look at it conceptually. Complete quest-like challenges and fate cards to advance a spot on one of the 4 branches. Each card's win or lose condition alters your party or the limits of play available, while the card itself represents the quest. So, the quest tree in a nutshell is like a skill tree, but it's a challenge tree. But the challenges that I include are very quest-like. I made a big list of challenges per character. As you look at the tree, you see it's divided into 4. You have attack, magic, defense, and utility. Each one of those branches can build their own stats. You know, every character has their own challenges. All of them are character specific. There are some that are generic that can be applied to any character. And then there's some that are story based. And basically, you know, I really want the challenges to be a test of a bit of Dragoon knowledge, but also skill and just know-how, and also just to create a method of thinking that you wouldn't think about when playing normally. Now, why even bother with this in the first place? What is the purpose? The purpose is that you complete these challenges, and there are rewards behind the challenge after completing them. To start with, we have to first acknowledge the 4 ground rules. There's no saving allowed, no shops allowed, no equipment changing, and no equipment selling, discarding. Those are the 4 ground rules that makes all of this connect and work. And everything else acts as a exemption to exempt those rules. So that is the main forte that you need to know about all of this. And everything else is displayed and shown just by playing and looking at the cards you pick. All of the challenges are presented in one Word document. And what you do, you just copy and paste it from there and put it onto the tree. Purple circles are the challenge circles. Those are the challenge spots. The orange circles are the fate spots. If you played Monopoly, that's what I was going for. The chance cards, the wild cards. These are the cards that are acting as the random generation of your run. I like having randomizers in games. I like that concept. I don't know why games don't do that. So I said, why not just do it myself, right? I can't do it digitally. I'm not a programmer. So why not just do it with cards? And the end result would be something like this. So you see, this is what I am going with my playthrough currently. And every other detail is listed into this instructions manual. I actually made an instructions manual. I'm going to be testing this out myself to see how well this goes over, right? See how fun it is, see what needs to be tweaking, see what needs to be better balanced, because I haven't played this game in feels like 4 years. That's what it feels like. So I may need to retool up on my balance knowledge, and I'm just going to see how well this works. What I want from this, outside of it being good, what I want is for more people to involve their own challenges and their own chance cards. Let's just say I call them fate cards, you know, keeping in the theme of the game. Fate cards. And these fate cards are just like things that just could screw you over, or they could bless you, you know. Things like they're random based, you know. They're keeping with the theme of being random and you can't predict it. They're like the weather patterns, right? You can't predict the weather. You can't predict these. It's either going to screw you over or it's going to help you. And so even if you pick the same tree and the same challenges every single time, you could get a different experience because of these fate cards are going to be randomly generated, and they could change the outcome. I'm aiming to keep it fresh and to feel like you're doing a bunch of mini quests along the way. I'm trying to make it feel like a tabletop game. Hopefully we end up getting close to that. But that wraps up what I'm doing here. That is what the rest of this playthrough is going to consist of. I've took a decent amount of time trying to put this together. Originally, this was not anything like this. Originally, this was a pretty basic challenge, and now I've turned it into a challenge tree, quest tree, board game / skill tree / I turned it into its own thing, and who knows how it's going to turn out. But again, I hope I can get it to a point where it's simple enough, clean enough, and and I'm not perfect. I have my shortcomings, so maybe people out there, you can give me some pointers and say, hey, this will be a lot simpler, a lot easier to explain if you do it this way. I'm open to suggestions and things to improve upon it. Also, I do want to make it a community project. I can't guarantee it will be, because that is not up to me, but I want to make it a community project and eventually share the documents I put together to make it easier to distribute. It's WordPad and MS Paint. It's nothing complicated. It's WordPad and MS Paint. It's pretty basic. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. I hope to have more people offer challenges that I could put in here, and I'll put your name right next to it. Say, hey, so and so, this is their challenge. So and so, this is their fate card. This is their blah 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 blah. And keep building and keep building. I have 35 fate cards, which are chance card equivalents, right? I have 35 as of right now. I hope I can keep building upon that and get to maybe 100. Maybe we get to 100, eventually. I'm open. I'm open. It's not like it all has to be fair. None of it has to be fair, because it's the whole idea of it is to be random. The whole idea is for it to be random, and you get blessed, you get blessed. If you get cursed, you get cursed. That is the whole point, the whole purpose of this. You have that outcome. It's all mental work in the end. It's all of us just like, hey, we want to play the game in a fresh way. So we're already doing the legwork ourselves, going through this. We don't have to do this, but hey, you gotta try. So I'm gonna make an attempt. I'm gonna see how well it works. Hopefully it works out, and I'll aim to make improvements over time. So I will bid you with that, and call it a day. This whole video is gonna be just this, explanation. Actually, I don't know. I'll catch y'all on the flip side. I'll catch y'all on the flip side. I hope you have a wonderful day. Peace and much love, and stay cool. Deuces.